Hey, what's up guys? This is Leviathan Kraken here. We have got more news in the world of Subnautica to talk about. As we all know, Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero are out on console, and we have some game-breaking console bugs to talk about. We also have an incoming mod apocalypse, and even more on the gargantuan Leviathan, so stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe to get more news on Subnautica and Subnautica modding. So I'm sure you've already heard that with Subnautica on console, so are a ton of bugs, and more bugs. And we're not talking about just a few graphical glitches here. We're talking about terrain completely refusing to load in, continuous crashing to where it's almost unplayable, to games no longer being able to save, and I'm hearing a lot of people say that this happens after they've been playing the game for 10 plus hours and then suddenly it just starts happening to where they cannot save their game, to the game refusing to load in. It'll crash before it even loads. Alright, so I'm looking at Subnautica's official website here. This is their Subnautica news page where, you know, they talk about the issues that they've been having, and they want to make it very clear that they do pay attention to everything people are saying. Every report that you send in, they are working on it, you know, putting all of their focus on this to fix these bugs as soon as possible. But, you know, they kind of just go over some of what's going on for each console, and it seems to be a lot of issues with Switch, a lot of with PS4 also. But, I mean, you can just, you know, you can scroll through the comments and just see all of the backlash. A lot of people getting very frustrated because their save game, they're unable to save. A lot of people are saying that they can't even hardly play the game. It crashes so much. And you can click on other websites, Discord, and you can see a lot of other angry people. But I did want to point out that there was an update on the 25th where it says a hotfix is now available on Subnautica Switch. It may resolve several issues resulting in crashes. If your existing save files were affected, they may be restored and playable. If you're still experiencing crashes, please let us know. So, you know, if that fixes any of your issues, I would like to hear that in the comments. I would like to know how it's playing on the Switch, because I do not personally have it on the Switch right now. I do plan on getting it. And this is also a Subnautica official Discord, so if you want to keep up with a lot of the news regarding, you know, some bugs you might be having, you definitely want to follow this Discord. And so with that being said, I'm also going to move on to my next topic, because this delay that we're having with, you know, them having to focus all of their attention on fixing these bugs is also having a delay on the modding community. So I'm going to get into that right now. And if you watched my last video, What Happened to the Gargantuan Leviathan mod, we talked about how Unknown Worlds is currently preparing the original Subnautica for an upgrade to Below Zero's engine, since the Unity engine that they had before had some limitations. Well, this update that is delaying the modding community has itself been delayed due to all of the bugs on console that need to be fixed that require their immediate focus. So I actually messaged Obraxis on Discord myself, and he actually replied. He was nice enough to reply to me, hoping to get a bit of more, you know, of an exact date of when we're going to see this update. And he said that there is, unfortunately, no ETA, and, quote, he said, "We have all hands on deck dealing with Below Zero and Subnautica 1 issues from the new platforms. Once that settles down," he said, "we'll be looking at patching PC." So here on, this is also another Discord group called Subnautica Modding. If you would like to keep up with a lot of the mods, this is a great spot for Subnautica modding news. Now, are you ready for the mod apocalypse? Because this right here, okay, I'm going to read this. It says, "The name of this announcement cannot be understated and is not hyperbole. There is an update coming to the original Subnautica that will, by many conservative estimates, cause at least 50 to 80% of all mods to need updating in one way or another. That being said, this update brings with it a lot of performance upgrades and brings the code base more in line with Below Zero, as we all know, which may make it easier for people to port mods between games as Below Zero will also be released on May 14th and should see a massive influx of new and updated mods as well. So this was actually posted a while ago, so we've known about this for a while, but I didn't realize just how bad it was. Like, I mean, you know, by their estimates, it could break most of all your mods. But they're saying here, with all things considered, this will be a good thing in the long run. You know, it's just going to kind of cause us what he says a short-term hiccup in the modding community. This is, you know, he's got a list of changes coming here, and he's also saying that anyone that needs help updating your mods, please do not hesitate to ask for help. This is a big change. So it's really cool that they're offering to help other modders, you know, modders looking out for each other. It says this will be a very busy time for them, of course, you know, and then it goes into some details here. Now, here's another thing I thought I would talk about. They are clarifying here, you know, as I just mentioned, the update was delayed, and this is where I got my first bit of information. The rest of it I got from Obraxis, but they also said here that, you know, they thought the update was coming to PC on the release date of Below Zero, but they were wrong, because Obraxis confirmed, yeah, you know, we're going to be releasing it on this, you know, this day and this day, but what he meant for was console. So console basically should have this Subnautica 1 new engine already, but unfortunately we're still waiting for this for PC because of all the issues, and well, you know, that's where all the delay kind of ties together. So I then talked to Lee23, and I asked him some questions about the Return of the Ancients mod, and I, you know, wanted to see how it's going, you know, where they're at with it, what are they planning on doing with the release. And so we've got some really good information on it that he gave me. And so he said that, quote, our modders and animators are finishing up our most ambitious projects. Me and others are working on smaller features, polish, and bug fixes in the meanwhile. One of our programmers has begun to work on a Discord bot for our Discord server, which will eventually become public. We have a mod coming up soon that will add eggs for every creature, and possibly even land creatures. We also have a bunch of ideas planned for a Return of the Ancients version 1.1. We will also release the mod disregarding the EA update, early access update, because we have no idea when it is. So let me break this down for you. The update that I just mentioned, you know, that we're waiting on Unknown Worlds to release, they have no idea when this mod is going, or when this update is going to come out. So they said, he basically told me, yes, we are going to go ahead and just release the mod as soon as we get it done. And of course, they're still working on a few things, so they want to wait until they're completely done. And so I did kind of ask him, you know, when do you think that it will be released? So he said here that at this rate, I want to say before July. If it's later than that, it's because we are either A, still playtesting, or B, have a few major issues we have to fix, or C, our team is overwhelmed with work. So that is when we most likely will get the game. But see, okay, now here's my opinion here, guys. We don't know exactly when this update that will break all of the mods is going to be released. It could be released, you know, in the next few weeks. And he's telling me that they're going to go ahead and release it sometime before July, which would be in the next few weeks also, because since tomorrow will be July. I'm recording this on officially, you know, the 31st. And I just, you know, I see a potential issue here where they might release the mod, and then Unknown Worlds might release the update and then break the mod. So I don't know what's going to happen here, guys. We're just going to have to wait and see. The mod was supposed to have originally been released in February, and that's something I talked about in my last video, is how they said, oh yeah, it's going to be released within the week, and then, you know, there was silence. And so he, you know, did say that we're kind of trying to, you know, not use a deadline. They're trying to, you know, distance themselves from releasing deadlines, because that's when people get angry, people have expectations, and then that expectation is not met. So, you know, from them to say, yeah, it was supposed to be in February, then we were going to release in April, and, you know, now we realize we had to redo some stuff. So recently we have had a bunch of videos from some major YouTubers that do have access to the mod, and they have shown some of the new features. So if you are, one of those people that, well, like all of us, that are very impatient, can't wait to play this, but now you're getting a chance to see all the other features that they have added. And you could check out Insomnia, Aki. They have some videos where they're showing some of the new features that have been released for this Return of the Ancients mod, and it is really cool. It's going to be well worth the wait. So unfortunately, this was a video talking about how we've got more delays and possible conflicts of, something that's going to cause the mod apocalypse. But hopefully things will work out and we'll get to play this mod very soon. So it should be within this month, within June, right before July. So anyway, this is what I got, guys. I did some digging. I got to message Obraxis, talk to Lee23, and it's really nice to get a reply from these guys. They're high up and they're working on these mods or working on the official game, and it's really nice to be able to piece this news together for you and to release it, so that way it helps answer a lot of questions. But I do encourage you all to go to it's called the Architects of the Unknown Discord server. I will have a link to it on this video. And this is, I would like to think that maybe I inspired them to create this, maybe because they have a lot of people that are left out in the dark. They didn't know anything about where the mod's at, what's the updates. And the modders are on this Discord. They will talk to you, so that's really cool. So join the Discord, and you will have all your questions answered. So, all right, guys, peace out.